Good morning. Whew, it's cold. Right at almost 19,000 miles. Okay, y'all, real deal here. Akins and Willies leaving the house and coming up on a 20,000 mile review mark. So wanted to share just a few random thoughts today about our very first IndoRaptor right here at Akins and Willies. So first off, in our center cluster, it's 36 degrees and we're at 32, 33 PSI air pressure on 37 Toyos, and it'll heat up to 35, 36, and I think that's about perfect as far as a plush ride and still having some good stability throughout. The biggest thing I want to show you, so fuel economy 13.7, and I'm pretty rough on the Raptor. I don't like to be light on a foot. Now when I'm daily driving it, as I am now, I will just cruise, but I do like to see what the power will do and do some off-road and do some towing with it also, hauling ATVs, etc. And I also have the very popular 422171 Roush Performance Pack, which gave his tune and intake essentially 57 additional horsepower. So I'm right at 507, and I have a JMS Pedal Max on here as well, which is just relieves that lag in your throttle response. Now that really is livening this thing up as well. It has a dial from 0 to 10. So just those two additions alone, no exhaust whatsoever. I kind of like the factory exhaust sound. You know, it could be more aggressive at times, but the 21's gonna handle that with the active exhaust. But very happy with the Raptor as a whole. Now interior wise, you really couldn't ask for more. Got the carbon fiber package. Of course, it's got the nice Sync 3 8-inch touchscreen, leather throughout. It's got the bolsterous Raptor seats with the, you know, it's a Recaro. I mean, they're very supportive and bolsterous. It's got like a little sport mesh on the side. And right at the 20,000 mile, coming up on 19,000 miles, I really have not driven the sport mode as much as I wanted to, but to show you where that is, you've got modes here. So you just toggle through there. There's your sport. And that really gets those shift points and engine braking and braking in general to where it's very responsive. Really runs when it's in sport mode. I love on our IndoRaptor package adding that push button, red start button. I have not used the Pro Trailer backup, not one time. Four-wheel drive's been used quite often, and I still hate that automatic start-stop button. If you like that feature, let me know. If you hate it, let me know. 360 camera's been a blessing at times. Of course, when you're driving, it's not usable. And then I've got aux switches up top that I've used all the time for my rigid rock lights and LED fog kit lights as well. And honestly, y'all, going from the factory 35s to aftermarket wheels and 37-inch tires has been some pros and cons. I want to share that with you this morning. So going to the 37s, you definitely, especially the mud terrain, you definitely can feel the added weight. You definitely can tell the tire is heavier via this mud terrain versus the 35 BFG KO2. And, that comes with some negatives and, loss of power, stability, agility. You can tell that it's just not as agile. So if you are building a Raptor, consider, what 37s will do negatively to your Raptor. Now, positively, it outweighs it in my opinion because the overall look and just how substantial, how bigger the Raptor feels driving it with 37s up under it, and of course just those killer looks when we do IndoRaptor package level kit or some sort of lift modification to get the 37s under there. Now yes, it also does negatively affect off-road performance based on what wheel offset you go with. So I'm a 22 by 10. Don't throw shade at me for 22s, but 22 by 10, negative 13. So, let's see if we can get a look at it. So you can see that stance is phenomenal. We're sticking out, 2.5, 3 inches but if, you know, major off-roading, if I'm really flexing it or high aggressive, high speed articulating, you know, that's going to rip my rear fender off potentially. If I you know, need enough flex, either way, it's going to just get up into my fender and take it right off. So you got to consider what offset to run based on what kind of off-roading you're doing. I'm doing this review today. It's mid-February 2021, essentially because hopefully within the next month, I'm going to be ordering the 21 Raptor for me, for the very first IndoRaptor for the Gen 3. So I'm so excited about that. And I'm probably going to still go for the 37, but the factory with the factory wheels. So it's going to be enough positive offset to where I can still off-road more hardcore than with the aftermarket more negative offset like I have currently. So I do like to, you know, off-road to where I need the articulation and the flex capability. And going with the 37s versus the 35s is only like an inch difference as far as how much suspension travel you have from the factory, but it's all because of that right positive offset of the wheel. So I am going to still run aftermarket for the look I'm going for on the 37, but on the factory set, I'm going to hang on to them for if I'm ever going to go off-road, or when I go off-road, especially like at the off-road, the tour event at Durhamtown, that I'll be able to fully see what this bad boy can do on an off-road standpoint. I have not used my sunroof very often, other than just for the lighting change. I haven't used it as much as I thought I would, but it is a nice light change to open that up, especially on a nice summer day. But now let's jump outside and kind of go over some of my thoughts on the outside. I want to talk about my bed cover too, because it's been a very lengthy one at that, and see how the paint's holding up, and just review the outside. All right, y'all, I don't feel so naked now with my hat on. Love my hat, it's been wearing it all my life. So outside thoughts on IndoRaptor. So first of all, I love the race red. The race red is my color. I don't think it's coming back for 21, so I'm very upset about that. So let me know in the comments below what color you think that I should go with. Should I go with that orange color, or should we do something totally different like a lead foot? Let me know what your thoughts are on what my next Raptor color should be for the 21. Everything's held up so well. So with almost 20,000 miles, you know, we did the paint match down here on the bottom. Even the skid plate took a lot of abuse with no issue as well. And we painted the grille here. We smoked the headlights and the tail lights, and we put the Tough Skins graphics on the front here, and it has been so great as far as holding up to the elements. I'm very impressed with it as a graphic vinyl sticker option versus, you know, spending more money to the custom paint work that we do on some of ours, which is also probably the most legit option, but this is a great one also. And the rigid LED fog kits have held up so nicely. No water has penetrated whatsoever. The lighting has been just great. Tire wise, right at 20,000 miles, they are a little bit more wore than I would like to see, even out of a mud terrain tire. There's still plenty of tread left, don't get me wrong. I think I could get 40,000 miles out of these. I'm pretty confident in. And of course the wheel has been a great one. It being a 22-inch diameter with a 37, you know, I guess there's the potential of it getting curbed or rock hitted, or just anything off-road wise, which I've done quite a bit, but got no issue with that. So I've been pleased of how well I've been able to take care of the wheels. And, you know, speaking of the tires, this is one of the best mud terrain tires there is, and they've been pushed pretty hard. These have been on the back. They've been through burnouts. So it's not like it's a true just baby in the tire. It's been a pretty aggressive 20,000 miles out of this set here. And I basically put them on right when I got the vehicle. So it's a true, you know, 19,000 mile review for you. We painted the side fender flares body color as well. We've had no issue with that. So I'm happy and pleased to see that. We did rear wheel well liners from Husky that really cleaned that look up overall. Smoked the rear tails, as I mentioned, and did again the Tough Skins out back. Now getting to the rolling lock. So I've had this rolling lock A series for 7 years. This is the third vehicle that it's been on, and there's some nicks and bumps here that I'll tell you about from loading and being very aggressive with it. But see, it still slides back just as it did from day one. And you see right there, I load the fueler up here in the back a lot, and so it basically, you know, is pressed up against the drum canister here, and so it's giving me some scratches on top rail slide and then the bottom of the drum there also. So but to be 7 years old, maybe 8 years old, y'all, you know, the screws getting a little bit of wear showing there. This is, I mean, but overall, to be so old, I'm gonna go back with it again. I love this rolling lock cover. It's been a great one. And you know, a negative that some people say about the rolling lock is the strap, but I love the strap. The strap enables you to grab and pull it all the way to you. You hear it click once, twice, and 3 times. So look, holding the camera, I can close and open the cover nicely, and then the powder coated aluminum, 0 issues with it as well. So I can stand behind the rolling lock A series. Rigorous use from Real Deal, and not one time have I greased the track or conditioned the top like I was supposed to. So didn't do anything I was supposed to, and the covers held up so nicely. So I highly recommend the rolling lock lineup, especially the A series, y'all. And again, leveled on 37s via 2.5-inch ready lift SST kit. And on that kit, it essentially has a bigger block in the rear and a level kit spacer on top of your strut assembly, just like any other typical entry-level level kit. And you know, whether it's not the best way to level one, in my opinion, the Icon's a little bit more legit as far as keeping everything, travel and suspension, within spec. But all in all, I've loved it. I've had no issue with it whatsoever, and I'm very pleased with it. So just a quick review for you today on coming up on a 20,000 mile review of Real Deal's very first IndoRaptor right here at Willies at Akins. Hope you enjoyed this, guys. Hit that subscribe button and like as well, and bell notifications, very important, because we love doing videos. It's 30 degrees, I'm out here shooting for you guys because I love giving you content. So hope this was helpful in any way. Thanks so much.